And that's a little bit like what Lawless is, correct?
Fully lawless. Fully lawless. We don't allow no one to box us in any corner. We do what we want to do when we want to do. We move how we want to move when we want to move. And that's lawless.
I have to ask, how does a little kid from Sherlock Crescent become Cham, baby Cham?
Whoa, you have so many people and so many elements that played that part. First of all, it was my uncle. My uncle had a sound system by the name of Studio Mix. Studio Mix original from Waterhouse, so their competitors used to be King Jammies, Black Scorpio, just to name a few. Supercat used to perform on the sound system. John Wayne, Beanie Man, Bounty Killer, you know what I mean? So I used to just be in the yard and would see like all of these artists just come by. I would just hold the microphone and be toasting, freestyle in the backyard, and that's how I got the love for the music.
It's not the money that gets you
No, the money will come. And in terms of getting the music out there, you don't really need a lot of money, even more back then. It's more the talent. Nowadays it's a little bit different, you know what I mean? It's a little bit different nowadays, but back then it's more the talent. It's more how witty an artist is with the pen and the paper. You had to have a signature sound for people to kind of really give you that listening ear back then also, you know what I mean? So it's not about the money, it's never about the money. The money will come, and we have to spend money in order to make money and to promote records, but it's talent over everything else. When I just started going to the studios, like Penthouse Records, and you walk in the studio and you see Buju Banton over there, you see Wayne Wonder over there, you see Tony Rebel over there, you would see Nadine Sutherland, you'd see Beanie Man them on the next step over by Shocking Vibe. You had to say good evening. You couldn't just walk and not say good evening, because those are your elders, you know what I mean? You have to say good evening, you have to have respect, you have to have manners. And it's first thing you could even get through the gate of going into the studio, so it's a respect thing. And even now, even when we say our elder, this past weekend I had a concert in Toronto, and Lawless was on the concert. And you know, Lawless is made up of 4 talented singers, Lukie D, Trilla U, Singing Melody, and Tony Curtis. And just to see all of them, and those are elders for me. It was a joy to see all of them and I got to the show extra early just to hear their set before my set, and it was a great joy just to see them, and it feel like when I was going to Arrows as a kid. And for those out there who doesn't know, Arrows is a studio that we used to go to do dub plates, and that's the only studio, one of the best studios for dub plates back then. And I used to go there in my school uniform, and we used to see all of these major stars, and they open the doors and welcome me in. So even now when I see them, I feel like I'm still the younger artist, you know what I mean? And that never ever changed.
We're talking about the great Dave Kelly here as well. Let's not leave him out. Like, we're talking about Dave Kelly. When I see you guys, it's almost like you know what each other is thinking, so I can only imagine what it's like in the studio with someone like that.
Yeah, we're in the studio with Dave. Remember that I've been like just vibing in the studio with Dave since I was probably 15 years old. That's easily 30 years. When we're in the studio, it's like, he doesn't even have to tell me what he wants. I know exactly. The minute he stopped that tape or stopped the recording, I know that, okay, I got it. I know exactly what he wants, you know what I mean? Or the minute I look at him, he knows that, okay, I know what he wants. And when you have that chemistry, especially in music, you can't take it for granted.
Do you think that's what makes reggae and dancehall so special?
Reggae and dancehall is just one of them things where it's a feel, you know what I mean? It's a feel, it's a vibe.
I cannot not talk about Ghetto Story.
A lot of people don't know Alicia from day one, when Ghetto Story just came out and we did the remix. She could have played the superstar role and say, hey, I want to shoot my part in Hell's Kitchen in New York. I'm not coming to Jamaica. She said she wanted to come to Jamaica, to do it in Jamaica, and that for me, you can't You can't even repay for that. You know what I mean? For her to come to Jamaica and let the world see that she's in Jamaica, shooting Ghetto Story, where the story was founded from, in Sherlock Crescent. You have to give it up for that. You had so many other artists that I learned from, you know what I mean? I just basically did the same, that I came along and saw how they treated all the artists around them and kind of share that knowledge. And a whole life is never easy. You know what I mean? You don't get to that level with just having the carpets roll out for you. You know what I mean? Just like every other artist that make it to the top of the pinnacle, they're going to tell you that nothing along the way was easy. Probably the easiest part is performing on stage, because that's where we enjoy, you know what I mean?
And the rest is the politics, actually, that you have to deal with, which is...
Yeah, the politics, but we reach a level now we don't even pay the politics any mind. You know what I mean? The music bigger than the politics.
Do you think the government is taking dancehall seriously?
Government not taking dancehall serious, not at all. They use dancehall when they want to use dancehall and when they need it. So don't let them use you for what they want to do and for the photo op and to get the people on their side, because it's an election year. You know what I mean? And we have to be careful about that. It's an election year. The government by right need to understand, without dancehall and reggae music, there wouldn't even be a tourism in Jamaica. 90% of the people that come to Jamaica is because of the reggae music spread across the world, and they heard about Jamaica and heard that the life is nice there, the trees are green, the beaches are the best, the food and the jerk. Oh, they know about the jerk chicken. They heard it in music. Oh, they know about the herbs. They heard it in the music. They saw it in Bob's hand. You know what I mean? So what Bob does, he's not a politician, he's a musician. When they think about survival story, what they think about? The first thing, Jamaica, then they relate it to themselves. So we are the best advocates and the most powerful advocates for Jamaica, outside and inside Jamaica. So they need to take the reggae and dancehall music as serious as how they take their politics.
What is the difference between reggae and dancehall? Because everybody...
Difference between reggae and dancehall is the tempo. Reggae is more laid back. Dancehall, action, active.
Dancehall is a whole rounded culture. You're talking about not just the music, but the fashion, the girls. When you look at the girls in the dancehall and what they're wearing, whether they're batty riders or, you know...
fashion icons, yeah. They have been trendsetters for years.
Do you look at someone like Nicki Minaj and a Cardi B and see the...
Yeah, but they never, like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, they've never ever not given credit to that. You know what I mean? When you see them perform, when you see them out, you can see the whole dancehall culture. You know what I mean? When you see Riri, you see the culture just the same. Dancehall is a unique genre and a unique culture. And the culture even more so than the genre. The culture stems way further than the genre. Because dancehall is reggae genre and dancehall genre wrapped up in one.
Not to mention, I was in Jamaica on Spice's last video shoot, and she had dancers skinning out they were from Israel, Greece, Italy, all backgrounds.
Tamika, aka the Tick Ninja, Germany and Jamaica.
Okay.
I'm Kalimi from Greece but living in Paris. Okay. Alevanil from Italy. Shaki from Israel.
Olga from Greece.
Precious from Italy.
Spice from Jamaica.
So that shows you how far the music has come and how far the music has grown, you know what I mean? Even now, when you travel, you see so much dance groups and they have the dance classes and they come to Jamaica and they learn the dance and they take it back overseas and they teach. All these kids throughout Europe, Asia, you name it, Africa, everywhere. All these dance moves that's coming from Jamaica. You have to give thanks for that. That's a special thing from a special country, and that's not easy. You know what I mean? And we and the world shouldn't take that for granted. We have something special and we have to keep it and we have to nurture it and we have to take care of it.
Jamaican clash culture is what everybody...
Next level. We started that culture, the whole clashing, we started it.
Of course, the Drake and Kendrick thing has become a whole thing. Do you have a weigh-in on who really you think won? From
what I've heard, Kendrick is winning now. I don't know if the war is finished yet, so you can't say who has won, but Kendrick is leading right now because his song kind of did the best so far in terms of the Clash lyrics, you know what I mean? But at the same time, Drake is a great artist, you know what I mean? You can't take that from him. Just like when Bounty Killer and Beenie Man used to go at each other. Who have the best songs? Like, you really can't say who had the better Clash songs. As a kid going to school, I used to think Bounty Killer had the best Clash songs because he was more commanded and, you know what I mean? But who is the best performer? You'd have to say Beenie. So it all balances out, you know what I mean? The same thing, Mavado, the Cartels, Shabba, Ninja Man, you know what I mean?